What's up, guys? This is Cory. Welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today I'm going to be talking about a film that is currently on Netflix, and the film is Mad World. Mad World came out in 2010, and it was directed by Cory. The film starred Gary Kearns, Dylan Vigas, Matthew Thompson, and James Lee Martinek, and it follows Will. He's a heavyset high schooler who is a victim of bullying. He's bullied by his father, he's bullied by classmates and everything, and he makes friends with these other misfit kids. All of them, are, they're all victims of bullying in some way or another. One's a black kid who is constantly, who constantly has racial remarks thrown at him. Another one's a kind of tough street kid who is, constantly swearing. He gets in trouble with the school and everything constantly. And then you've got this other kid who is, an A student. He's going to go to college and be a big time student, but he has a drug addiction, and he is hanging out with the wrong kids in the school's eyes. So after a while, all four of these friends get tired of being bullied, being victims of bullying, get tired of teachers belittling them, and having them get in trouble for minor things, while all other kids are just kind of slapped on the wrist and going forward just because they're a football star or something. So they get tired of all this, and they retaliate in many different ways. Some of them are successful, some of them are not as successful, and it kind of snowballs. It has a snowball effect near the end. This film was relatively difficult to watch. On one level, I did feel for some of these characters, but overall I feel that the overall messages that this film is trying to portray is more on the negative side than what could have been positive. This film goes for a more realistic look at bullying and high school life, and they do a pretty good job at it. I do believe that these were high schoolers. I do believe that they were bullied, but at the same time, I don't particularly agree with a lot of the stuff that they get themselves into later in the film. I did feel that this movie's overall message was more, I'm not going to say inappropriate, but it just was not particularly one that I felt was valuable for me, at least. I didn't get anything out of this movie. The acting was pretty decent, especially from the four main leads. A lot of swearing from one character, as I mentioned before, and it's like every other line this guy says, it's the F word, and sometimes it's multiple times in line, and it's just, F this, F that, F this, F that, and it got tiresome after a while. Another thing I didn't particularly like was the film's editing. It used a lot of dissolve effect, and it's one that I think a dissolve effect is good in moderation, but to have that be every single scene that's cut into another scene is very distracting, very annoying, and rather unnecessary. This is not a groundbreaking film by any means. It's not even really all that entertaining. It's definitely more of a character study, and I respect that. It's an interesting film. It held my interest, though I did feel that there were some places here and there that I felt were either too much or not handled in the best way. And kind of to top it all off, I did find that most of these main characters were unlikable. I'll throw that out there. I didn't particularly like anybody in this group. The person I probably liked the most out of everybody was this black kid. I did feel that his character, he was not nearly as in the extremes, and also some of the things that happened to him in this film are very shocking. I will put it that way. I did not expect seeing anything like that, but alas, it did happen, and it's very unfortunate. So to find out what that is, go ahead and go watch this movie. It's on Netflix, and it's an okay movie overall. It's not one that I'd ever watch again. It's one that I think people can look back on and think about, but that's about it. I don't particularly think that it made its goal in trying whatever the writer's message was trying to be. I don't think it really came through. So overall, I'm going to give Mad World a 5.3 out of 10. Like I said, pretty good acting, interesting story. There's definitely some things to think about with this film, and it's not a particularly fun movie to watch, but I do think that there are a lot of things that drag this film down. One being the editing, the heavy use of language, and just the not being able to really sympathize with these characters. And like I said, on a level I can, but the fact that they're not really likable and that I don't really agree with a lot of the things that they did really kind of takes me out of the film a little bit. So yeah, that's my rating. And so yeah. So tell me, guys, have you seen Mad World? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think of the characters? What'd you think of the situations that happen in this movie? What'd you think of the overall messages? Comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out our other videos. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And as always, I am Cory, and I'll see you guys in the next one.